Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Curran.
Hi, I'm Casey Alltop.
Yeah.
You're about to go before me.
I know.
You're about to go before me.
I wanted to so bad.
You fucking did. You did.
Absolutely.
I see it in your face.
Casey is a VIP guest. You're our first post-quarantine guest. I mean, we're still in quarantine, but, we had Quarantine Kathleen. She was our guest for
Right.
I thought it was going to be.
Guest.
I thought it was going to be like a month, and then it kept adding, and I'm like, oh well, I guess we're just going to stick with Kathleen. But
Yep.
she's
We
got
were
to do
all in
that.
that same level of denial in different ways.
Right.
Like, oh, this will be hilarious fun for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. But
No.
I thought we needed to switch it up, and what better guest to get than Casey, our network friend on the network,
Whoop,
Universe
whoop.
Head,
Mhm.
Hello.
from the Baddest Mothers in the Room, but guest.
That's me. I'm
And
from Baddest
Yep.
Mothers in the Room, and I feel like I'm a Zoom expert. So you pick the right person to be like,
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
I'll see you on Zoom. I'll get all set up again.
I'll see you on the Zoom.
right.
Yeah.
I also thought, Casey, you would have been perfect in this Lifetime movie as the sister. Like,
Oh,
I was
of
like,
course.
why didn't Casey get cast as the sister in this role? She would be perfect.
Duh. Yeah, I would have been freaking brilliant. If not 70 to 90% better.
Right. Totally.
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to it, Drew. It's crazy times. But before we get to the movie that we're talking about and the title, because I'm not going to tell you because you're going to love this title.
Okay.
We have business, of course, at the business time. So, don't forget to
Business time.
rate and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts. We've been getting really nice reviews. Thank you for those. And
Those
then,
are very nice.
What else? Drew, do you have any business?
I wanted to tell you. So we now have the ads going, as you could hear, at the beginning now.
Love the ads. They sound so cute.
I'm adorable.
Drew's adorable.
I have an adorable voice. The music that is behind my voice, I made that on the computer.
Wow.
Yeah, and so and because it's so adorable and it's all original, we've made. Can you guess? Take a guess.
How much money you've made?
Yeah.
$4.
More.
30.
I'm glad you said 4 because it is more than
33.
4. More.
Oh.
We've made $35.11. Wait,
Wow.
let me refresh it because it's like
11
it might.
cents. You can donate that little? Or that's
Well,
specific?
no, this is just from the ad. This is not from anyone else.
Oh, you mean like
This is just
Anchor
what
the
we've
ad.
made for Anchor. Yeah. This is what Anchor's paying us.
Right, because Anchor is the big account.
So guys, literally tens of dollars.
We landed the big
Boom.
account.
Thanks, Anchor. How much do I get for saying that?
Right.
I will give you I'll give you a penny
Okay.
every 1,000 listeners.
Okay.
Perfect.
Got it.
That's-
Great.
Okay.
That's
I'm gonna-
kind of what they do. Well, hey, you know what? But that's great. But there's no minimum listenership, as you heard
Right.
in the beginning of this.
Well, there you go.
So you could just put it on there and just like, well, okay, this is some serious boxed wine money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We can fund our boxed wine thing.
I'm into it.
finally.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, business time over. Take off your suits, everyone. Get a little comfortable because
Ooh, I
we are
just
here.
took off my suit.
That's right.
Oh.
We are here to talk about a very special movie, a Lifetime 2020 movie. It's not that special. It was just on YouTube. And Casey's pregnant, if you didn't know. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
what? I need to do like a nanny one or like a baby one. There's no babies
Oh,
in
yeah.
this, unfortunately, but there's still a nanny. It's called The Au
Yeah.
Pair Nightmare. The
Yes,
Au
it
Pair, a
is.
nightmare.
No.
Oh, oui, oui.
Au pair name.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Yes.
I'm in.
It is.
I'm in.
It is called that.
That's what
And
it's
they
called.
have
It's
various
like-
ways of saying au pair, au pair.
I
Au
know.
pair.
There was no consistency.
I'm gonna say au pair. So if anybody is knowing, I went to France and I didn't know any French. I thought I would know a lot more than I did, and it was pretty bad. Fromage. I was like, fromage, cheese,
Cheese,
I don't know,
bitches.
fromage.
and they were like, well, what kind do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, fromage. That's it.
That's the best part of Paris, though. They're like, bonjour, and you say bonjour, and they're like, okay, I'll speak in English.
They're like,
Right.
anyway.
Bonjour. Right.
And they would do that to Mark. Mark is fluent in French, and still they'd recognize his accent and be like, okay, let's talk English. You'd be like,
Oh, okay.
man, let me
Wow. Yeah, nobody wanted
Come on, let
nobody
me
wanted to talk English to us. They talked Spanish more to us because my dad, he speaks Spanish, and my not my sister-in-law, but
Oh.
whatever she is, my brother's girlfriend. She's like very fluent in Spanish, so we just started speaking Spanish everywhere.
do. That's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
Hey man, whatever you got to get
Whatever
the
works,
work,
whatever works.
get the ideas across,
All
man.
I needed is
Get
a
the ideas
baguette,
across.
and
However
an
you get that
espresso.
cheese.
Dude, that's all
and
you
my
need:
fromage.
espresso, baguettes, and cheese.
There you go.
And that's it.
Uh,
Isn't that all they have?
pretty much. Pretty much.
Fromage, queso, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Put it on
This
a plate.
movie does not
Put it in my
not
mouth.
take place in France. It takes place in
No.
America, and it stars the following
Okay.
people, all Drew's favorites: Annie
Yes.
Heise,
Heise.
Tristan Thomas. I like that one, easy to say. Brytnee, spelled Brytnee Ratledge, and Trevor O'Donovan.
Yeah.
Now, Trevor O'Donovan, we're going to talk about later, but just
Is it O'Donovan? I don't see an O.
Oh.
Do you just
I just added that
does
for
it
fun.
feel right?
I just added that for fun. Whatever. He was on 90210.
It just feels right to say O'Donovan.
The new 90210 with Ashley Simpson.
Mm.
And he used to
Oh.
be an Abercrombie and Fitch model back in the day.
Duh.
Okay,
And now he's
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
Hallmark. He's in Hallmark everything.
great.
But we'll get to it.
Oh boy.
So we start off. We have a young couple. They're like walking downtown. It's like very nice, beautiful. And I'm like, they're so going to get murdered here.
They haven't said a single word. There has not been a bit of dialogue.
No,
Okay.
nothing. And then all of a sudden they're engaged. Hooray.
They stop in front of a store, get engaged. At this point, no one gives a shit because they haven't spoken to each other. There's no investment.
Right. And they get into a car, which is a very bad thing to do in a Lifetime movie, especially after a happy moment. And they get into a car crash. We don't see the car crash. We don't hear the car crash. We just see lights like swooping up,
Yeah.
swooping in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question on that as the professional, Patrick. I think this may be the first car crash I've witnessed on a Lifetime movie. And I know their budget, like I get the whole, like we always talk about the wigs and how shitty they are.
Yeah.
This car wreck, like you see commercials, like 30-second commercials where car wrecks are done better, right?
Yeah, totally.
So is this how it always is consistently in Lifetime, where it was like, it wasn't even slow-mo, but it felt like slow-mo? It's like you see the lights. First of all, they're sitting at a stoplight, so there's no way a car could come in and T-bone them at this juncture. But
Right.
in our reality, this is happening. The
No, totally good. They totally
lights are
could.
coming in from the passenger side. And she's driving, so I feel like she has every ability at this point to defensive drive her fucking butt out of there. Like, she could have just started to go through the intersection or done whatever, and she sits there and her mouth just drops open, her eyes are big, and it's like a solid 10 seconds of her being, I'm just gonna watch this go.
So it was.
Yeah.
So it was just that scene from what the fuck. What,
I have no idea
why
what you're
can't I
talking
think of,
about.
like, why can't I
Riding
think
in
of
cars
movies?
with boys. Riding car with boys?
Yeah, no,
Uh-huh.
sure, that one.
Road
I'll
trip-
think of it.
road trip
I'll
with
think of it
Britney
in a minute.
Spears.
Road Trip with Britney
I'll think of it in a
Spears,
minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thelma and Louise, when they were in a car in that one a lot.
And they're like,
Yeah.
and they pause.
Well, yeah, so
Will they die or will they not? Who knows?
that's the thing, Casey. Like, there is no budget, and also like you're watching it through the perspective of the female character, right? So the man doesn't really matter in this whole thing. So I think that's why they just stay on her face and like see her like reacting to what's going on.
You just
Okay.
gave them far more credit than they deserve.
Hey,
They were like, this is her perspective. We just need to see it from Taylor's angle.
yeah, poor Taylor. She just got engaged and she's watching the man of her dreams be ripped away in a car crash.
Like,
Yeah.
no.
But no,
No
it's
bummer.
it's not that dramatic. It's not that dramatic. So we flash to
The Austin Powers. That's what it. Sorry.
Austin
That's
That's
Powers.
the movie you were having trouble thinking of.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I know.
So there's this slow
With the
ass. There's this
Zamboni.
like, yeah, it was this like a slow Zamboni or was
Oh, okay.
It's a Zamboni, yeah. Yeah, the Zamboni
yeah,
scene.
and he's just like, no, and it's like, it reveals that it's like still 100 feet away, but he's just standing there. Anyway,
Okay, well,
got it.
There we go.
Got it.
There
We
go.
all know that one. We all
got it. So flash to 6 month. Oh my God, why can't I say months? Months?
It's a
6
stupid word.
months
It's a stupid
later.
word.
It's a shitty word. It's a shitty English
Wow,
word.
that's really strange.
The th sound is shitty. Most languages don't use
I've
it.
worked my whole life to like perfect my th because that was like a theater thing. They're like, you have a lisp, and I'm like, do I? Or I don't think I do.
Well, you have an ugly fucking face.
Right.
Fuck you.
Well, because in theater in high school, you have to compete, and they give you like scorecards, and it's just the worst thing ever. On your monologues. Anyways,
Don't we know it?
you didn't have to do that. I went to a
yeah.
performing arts high school, so maybe it was a little different.
No, I had a Nazi drama teacher.
Right.
So.
An actual Nazi?
Yeah, she was a Nazi.
Our teacher
Cool.
slept with a student, so that was cool.
Yes, our teacher would have liked to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's always the vibe.
Super.
That's always the vibe of a high school theater teacher. You're like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, but at least I'm gay, so there's no chance of that happening for me.
Yeah, thank God.
Right, because I would have. To be Sandy in Greece. Hello, I would have done what I had to
you
do.
would've-
I would have
you
done what
would've
I had
done
to do.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do. No.
Yeah, you gotta get it.
Terrible,
Gotta get
terrible. Not a joke. This is really things that happen. Those poor people. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Hashtag me too. Okay.
Yeah. Hashtag me too.
Okay.
Not in the. What was that? 2000. I can't remember how old I am.
What year was that? I don't
know.
have any idea. I have no idea how old you are, if that helps.
Right. Okay. So we have Taylor. She is recovering from her car crash. Not the injuries, just like the emotional stuff, because she was fine. She's living with her sister. I can't remember Kara.
Kara, and she is sarcastic and sassy.
Her big joke of the movie is tailor-made. It's tailor-made for Taylor.
That's how we find out this girl's name, because, like we said, no dialogue has happened up and through the car crash.
Right.
The car is tailor-made for you. Oh, stop with that joke. And I'm like, well, I'm going to assume her name's Taylor now, so
Right.
I know what that joke means.
And her fiance's name was Brad. That's important to know, Drew.
Was. It's very
Okay.
important, Drew. What is it, Drew? Repeat it.
It's Brad. Casey, it's Brad.
Good.
It's Brad.
That's right. That's right. And Kara, the sister, is like a little bit overbearing. She's a little bit judgy. She wears like a pantsuit and has like kids. She's like
She's an elitist.
Yes.
So she's Casey,
Right.
Yes, she's
Yeah.
like me, where all she cares about is money
and especially the pantsuit part.
and the pantsuit part. Totally. Yeah, she's judging every financial move throughout the whole movie. It's like kind of her thing.
Yeah, because Taylor was going to school to be a teacher, but now she wants to be a nanny. She wants to be an au pair. She mentioned,
And I just
that.
like that there was a concept that like, go be a teacher where the real money is.
Right. Make the responsible decision and be a teacher.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. So she gets
No.
she goes to like an au pair factory. I don't know what you would call it. The
It
place
is an
where they
agency.
agency.
Factory.
So it's like an agency, but it has the drama and intensity of like the TV show Entourage.
Yeah.
Like this agent at the au pair place is like what's his name's character in what's the main guy the agent.
Oh, like Ari from Entourage.
Ari, yes. It's like she's got like Ari attitude, and I'm like, this is it. Everyone's settling out. She's like, I don't know about this. You don't have experience. You don't have this. You haven't done this. But I like you, kid, and I'm gonna give you a chance. Like,
Right.
Yes.
To be a
Yes.
live-in nanny. To be a live-in nanny. It's this serious.
I'm on board with this.
That
Because,
actress.
like,
that actress was
literally
maybe the
everyone
best. She was maybe the best actress in the movie. I'm just gonna put that in there.
Yeah, the best actress. Yes, the only person of color.
Right.
And she's like taking calls while she's doing it. And it's just like, no, fire her. Get it out of there.
Totally. Yeah. She
Coke
had-
Next.
Cocaine on her table on her stack nanny headshots.
She's like, do you want
Yeah.
some cocaine? And you're like, no, thank you. Good. That was your first fucking test. Now get the
Exactly.
fuck out of my office.
Yes,
So-
exactly.
Taylor takes a cab or something to like the remote place where she's been assigned, and it's like in the middle of nowhere. She gets out, and there's a man. His name's John. He's a pediatric doctor, but he's like taking over a lot of responsibilities because the other doctor stopped working or something. I have no idea. And Alessandra is his wife. She's a novelist, and she needs privacy. Okay.
And the soundtrack is tuned up. When you see Alessandra, you're like, okay, well, she's the evil person because the music.
And she's blonde, so we know she's bad. So Taylor is like a brunette, and Alessandra is blonde. But we should talk about her hair for a minute, because this woman's hair, I feel like the actress had a lot of like different hair pieces going on throughout the movie. Like she had like a bun in this scene, like a one of those bump it buns where you clip it in.
Yeah.
And then later she had crazy beautiful extensions. Like you'd pay like $5,000 for those extensions for like 2 scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. There was something about her. The actress seemed really young, and like the hair and the costume seemed much older and like dated. So when her and Taylor were sitting together, like by the fireplace in their first meeting scene, I was like, this looks, speaking of, like a high school play. Like these two people are the same age, but with extensions and maybe a couple lines on her face and make her, even though she's actually a sophomore and Taylor's a senior. Now to look like the older mom. It's like, what is this?
Totally that vibe. Alessandra's very not impressed with Taylor because she does like a little sit down thing, and she's like, you don't have any experience. Like, I'm not gonna trust you with my daughter. Her daughter's name's Emily. And she's like, you could probably just go. I don't need to talk to you at all. Like, you're trash garbage. What a waste of time. But then the kid comes down. She has like a huge teddy bear. She's like carrying like the biggest teddy bear I've ever seen. And she is like, oh my God, you're so fun. I love Taylor. So then I'm like, well, fuck, we got to keep her now. Because
which we had been told moments before that this kid was very shy, would never say hello. And the kid's like, hi, nice to meet you, and gives her a big hug. So something's afoot.
Yes. And so the dad, John, he's like, we're going to give you a chance on a trial basis. Like, pack your things and come back tomorrow. And then they send her on her way. And then as they're like talking, they're like, we can't let her know about like the bad man. There's like a boogeyman they keep talking about. So
is it a ghost?
A ghost. It seems like maybe a ghost, but we'll see.
Ooh, probably not.
We'll get to it.
Lifetime.
So Taylor, she's like reluctant to like leave her sister, but she's happy to like. The sister's like, I'm gonna give you a ride. I'm gonna see where these people live, just in case. You never know. And I'm like, wow, this sister's the smartest person in a Lifetime movie I've ever seen. Because she's like, she gets to the mansion and she's like, this seems weird. Like,
what the heck?
Yeah, what's going on? Like, are you going to become a sex slave? She's seen a Lifetime movie or two. She's a little suspicious.
She's like, what are we, in a Lifetime movie?
Yeah. But she's like glad to know the family and like actually see their faces. And I thought this was going to go somewhere else, but it didn't. It didn't really go anywhere.
Where did you think it was going to go?
I thought, like, since she saw their faces, like, they were going to have to kill her or something, like, because she knows who they are. And I thought it was going to go a lot darker, but it didn't really go there.
Okay.
So Taylor's like,
this is around the time, I feel like adding, this is around the time that I accidentally got ice cream on my pregnancy pillow.
Oh, good to know.
I was like watching, but I was trying to get the chocolate peanut butter ice cream off my Snoogle brand pregnancy pillow.
Oh, okay.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Oopsies. Not a sponsor.
Not the
sure.
Not the Snoogle. Sure. But hey, Snoogle, if you wanna, this is the right place for that.
This is your dem, Snoogle, right here.
So Taylor's getting settled, and she like is sadly thinking about her fiance, and she's like going through her phone. She's like, I miss Brad, and John walks in, and he's like, oh. What'd you say? Like, he like hears her and he's like, but he's like, I'm going to give you the tour. He like shows her the office, Alessandra's office, which is off limits. Do not go near it.
No go.
They limit TV time. They rather have Emily read her books. And they also insist on locking Emily in her room every night. from the outside.
Oh, from
Which
the outside.
Is super brilliant. As a parent, I was like, they're trying to make this seem really weird and creepy, but I'm like, hell fucking yeah.
I was about to say, I'm like, that's safe. I think that's safer. Like,
you can't come out, asshole. You're staying in there at least until 6:30 in the morning.
You should be asleep. Don't.
Yes.
I mean, do whatever you want in your room, but like, those are the rules.
They say it's because
Literally.
Taylor sleepwalks. That's what they say. That's why because
Sure.
it's more safe for her. She never know where she could end up, but she could just sleepwalk.
I was a sleepwalker when I was a kid, and I scared the fuck out of my parents multiple times. Where I'd just be standing at their bed, I'd be like mumbling something, but they'd be like, "Ugh, gross!
Ew.
What is this kid doing?"
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, I've done that.
I used to sleepwalk too. I think a lot of kids sleepwalk.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's just like a thing.
Yeah, it's
I
just
did
your
it. I did it
your
as an adult
brain's-
a bunch.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I robbed a bank.
Oh,
Turns out I
there
was
we
sleeping.
go. Okay.
No, the weirdest thing I did was I got caught with my roommate's motorcycle helmet, and I was dragging it across the rug in the living room, going. And he was like, "What the heck?" And then I realized, I had a dream that I was vacuuming. So
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
fucking god!
I love it. I love it.
I can't- Oh, that's a lot. That's so much. Okay,
Okay.
that's
So
go on.
So Taylor
that on my
also
own time.
meets a handsome grocer. His name's Luke. He doesn't really matter, but he's in my notes.
yeah, he's handsome. First of all, you're very correct.
Yeah.
It was very weird. Okay, and this is slightly judgmental because I don't know what it's like to lose a fiance and then move on.
Mm-hmm.
But for the amount of emotional baggage she seems to have around Brad, then she meets this guy and she is like she like turns it on immediately. I'm like, all right, she's just doing okay, or at least she's just horny.
You gotta get a new fiance fast.
Right.
Yeah, you're horny, and you gotta get a new fiance fast, man.
I guess. I mean, that's what it seemed like, and I was like,
People grieve.
why are we doing this?
People
Like,
grieve in weird ways.
Yeah.
this is not a Hallmark movie. We don't need a romance up in here. But we
Right.
also see Taylor. She has a magazine and she in her stuff, and the cover is ripped off the magazine, and
Da-na-na.
it's this shirtless hunk. It was featuring this shirtless hunk. His name's Brad Hardwick. Okay, played by Trevor Donovan, or Trevor O'Donovan, as I like to say, who is known for being a shirtless hunk. And I was like, oh yes, we are gonna get Brad, the hunky actor, up in this movie. And the rest of the movie, I was like waiting for him to show up and be very, very horny and excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get to that, Drew. But so Brad Hardwick is the hunky, like, cover boy actor man. Okay.
Which the first time they mentioned him, I thought of Chris Hardwick from like
Yeah.
the Walking Dead or the Talking Dead. I'm like, what?
Not sexy, not a sexy man at all. Okay, so Taylor doesn't really follow the rules, of course, of her au pairness. She hears a commotion by the office. She runs over to the office. She's like, "Is everything okay?" And Alessandra's like, "What the fuck? Get out of here! I told you to stay away from my office. Do you not understand English?" She's really rude, very rude, and has a totally different hairstyle, by the way. And then later in the night, Taylor is tucking Emily in, and they're having a little bonding time. And she's like, "I'm gonna lock the door because of your sleepwalking." And Emily's like, "I don't sleepwalk. What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, it was just a joke. Never mind. I'm gonna go now." So she knows something's up. She knows something's up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why would the parents lie? Why would the parents lie about that? Who tore the magazine cover? Things are getting very mysterious.
Okay.
I mean,
tore
on a level
Brad
of
Hardwick?
1 to 10 mystery, this is certainly a 0.5.
Yeah, yeah. There's you're definitely like, something's going to happen.
Okay.
So
The most mysterious thing to me was the fact that they keep talking about what a small town it is, but then when they do those establishment shots of the city, it's like this huge skyscrapers and stuff, and I was very
right. Hi, you just take whatever stock footage you have. You're like, just put in stock footage, editor. I don't care.
Fucking put it in there. Who gives a shit?
I
We
don't
don't have time.
I
for
don't
this
care.
shit.
I don't have time.
We're making we're making this movie in 10 days.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Right.
Whatever, editor. You're doing a great job. Because the point of being a director is to encourage your fellow artists to like collaborate together, right?
Right. Figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
So good job, director and editor.
while Emily is in bed, she invites Taylor, or not she, Alessandra and John invite Taylor downstairs for some champagne
Yeah, baby.
and sexy like dancey time. They're celebrating because Alessandra had finished 2 chapters of her book.
Yeah.
Yay!
And Casey, in the YouTube
And they are
version,
slamming the champagne.
yeah, they are. In the YouTube version,
the music cuts out.
The music cuts out because it's copyrighted. But in the Lifetime version, there's like an actual like song, like a real song, and they dance slowly, like the couple's like sexy dancing, and Taylor's like watching awkwardly. She's like, "What is going on?" And then she's like, "I'm gonna change the song because it's like getting too sexy, and like I feel like they're gonna like initiate a 3-way here." So she changes it to one of Brad Hardwick's songs, and it sets Alessandra off. She like freaks out. She starts having a panic attack, and it ruins the evening. And they're like, "It's not her fault. Taylor didn't know that you don't like Brad Hardwick." And and then in the middle of the night, Alessandra just stands over her Taylor's bed and like looks at her while she sleeps. Okay.
There it is.
In case you were wondering if she was psychotic or not.
Right.
Right.
Yes, I was wondering about that music. I was freaking out. I was like, what happened to my sound?
I know. I should have texted you because I was like, what? I watched it on 2 times the speed today because I watched this whenever it came out and wrote about it on my blog. And then I watched them again at 2 times the speed, like right before the podcast. So I remember what the fuck they were because I watched too many of them. And they're all the same. Like I literally watched this movie, but it was called The Captive Nanny last night.
Oh.
So, same exact
Stalking.
movie. This one was a little bit better. Like a little bit better.
Just a tip.
Just a little bit. So, Taylor gets approval from Alessandra. She's like, "You know what? Just want to clarify. Like, if you want to sleep with my husband, that's fine with me. Fine with me."
Yeah. We have a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Taylor's like,
And
no, that's okay. And she's like, no, it's okay.
No, I want you to.
Basically, that's what it seemed like.
No, please do. Please do, though.
But she's more into the grocery guy for some reason.
And her dead fiance. She's super
And
into
her
him.
dead fiance and Brad Hardwick. So she brings over some DVDs and like makes Emily watch old Brad Hardwick movies. So I'm assuming he's like a Matthew McConaughey and like what's that movie? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like that type of vibe.
Oh, yeah.
So she's
I
like
was going with the Brad Pitt with the name Brad. But yeah, Matthew McConaughey, I think that nails it.
like that
Okay.
that era of Matthew McConaughey. So she's like, "Oh, we'll watch all the rom-coms and it'll be so great." And then Alessandra walks in. She's like, "What filth are you showing my daughter? What is this, pornography? Get out of here with this shit." And Taylor's like, "I don't understand. Why do you hate Brad Hardwick?" And, we don't know. We don't know why.
Yeah.
But she's triggered every time.
Oh,
Every time. So
triggered.
later, Taylor hears Alessandra arguing with John, and they're very concerned that Taylor somehow knows Brad Hardwick. So because they were talking or something, like John was talking to Taylor, and he was like, I don't know if this happens at this point, but he like asked her like about her fiance, Brad, but he confuses him for Brad, the actor Brad, the hunky actor Brad. And he's like, "Are
so
you?"
he just go ahead and go
Oh, so this
straight
is
to
why I have.
assuming that their nanny was engaged to this multi-millionaire, clearly like international star.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why I
It's-
needed to know the name Brad.
Yes,
Okay.
and later he goes through Taylor's phone and he's like looking just to confirm that there's a Brad in the phone, and he finds a number Brad, and he's like, "This is the guy,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must
so
be.
very
Must be.
terrible sleuthing, like the worst sleuthing you could ever do.
Mm-hmm.
John.
D+.
And very, very bad assumptions if you're sleuthing.
Right.
Right.
Like
When I
that's
tell people
evidence.
about Mark, I'm always like, not Ruffalo. Like,
Right.
I just want to make
Right, you have to.
No.
I just
Not Mark Wahlberg.
Not Wahlberg.
Not Mark Wahlberg. Not Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
Hey.
I always have to be there.
It's tricky. You have to be careful. You really do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
John heads to the wine cellar because he's like trying to like hook up with Taylor now that it was kind of gross. Like this came out of nowhere. He's like, we don't need a reason to drink, and they're like by the pool, and he's like putting the moves on her.
Right.
It was just like so random. Like, why is this happening?
It was, but also like Taylor was told that she could sleep with him, and now all of a sudden it's like cocktails and swimsuits and pool. It's like, he's gonna try and fuck you now, right? Like she just gets out of the pool and sits right next to him, like he's gonna put the moves on you.
Yeah. And she like shuts him down. She's like, no. He's like, is this because of Brad? And she's like, no, it's not. And he's like, you know who it's because of? It's because of the grocery boy. That little grocery boy. She likes him and not me. So John and Alessandra abduct the grocery boy. And
obviously,
I guess they kill him. I don't remember.
I don't really know either. I was like, oh God. So first of all, they just change delivery drivers. That's how they get rid of him the first time. And Taylor gets super mad about it. So I'm like, Taylor, don't calm down, girl. She's like, what happened to Luke?
Yeah.
Very strange stuff.
It like the whole grocery boy thing. I don't understand. And I couldn't tell you, Drew, if he's dead. I couldn't tell you what happens to him. He doesn't come save her in the end. He just is gone forever.
He's just straight up gone.
And he was so cute.
He may have died in real life. Yeah, I don't know.
R.I.P.
Maybe he died in real life.
R.I.P. Luke. I hope you're okay. So.
Or maybe it's just like, I'm done with this movie.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm leaving.
Taylor goes to the office and she's like starts searching through stuff and she finds out.
Oh yes, so they're going out. They have a thing to go to.
Yeah.
Which say they do, right? They're going to a thing. He's getting a doctor award.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So she
and
thinks
they're all dressed up and she's like going through, and of course they're like right behind her, like, hey, what are you going through all the stuff for? Like, we caught ya. And they like stick her with a thing. I think a syringe. They drug her somehow.
Yeah, classic syringe to the neck.
Tie her up.
Because Patrick, what does she see in the office?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. No, let me tell you what she sees. She goes, and it's like the whole conspiracy pictures yarn going on.
Oh, yeah.
All of Brad mother effing Hardwick, the actor.
Yeah.
We are almost invested in this guy that we haven't met.
I know, we're so invested in him. We're like, wow, he's so attractive in all these photos, like with big X's on their faces. But, I don't know that we're going to get to meet Mr. Brad. So the couple interrogates Taylor. They're like, how do you know him? Like, what's going on? And they're like, you're a liar and you're tricking us. And come to find out that, according to Alessandra, Brad Hardwick seduced her when he was in town filming a movie, like a Hallmark movie probably, and the tryst resulted in Emily. So John's not really the father. Brad Hardwick is the father.
Okay.
And John is
which even still makes it why are you psychotic still?
Right. Like,
my question still stands.
He's gonna come and take the kid or something. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. And she's like, we have to get rid of Taylor because she's gonna tell Brad where we are and we're all in danger. And John is like, you are right. I'm gonna kill this bitch. And he like goes to electrocute her. But then the doorbell rings, of course.
Electrocute her.
With like electricity
and water.
Yeah,
I'm aware of what that is. Why would you? What wasn't there?
I don't think he owned a gun.
I just think there's like easier ways to.
He's anti-gun.
Yeah, he's like got the toaster above the pool, like ready to go. Simple, easy, done. No big deal.
Dropping the toaster in the pool.
Looks like an accident. Another toaster.
Oh, I was making avocado toast by the pool, and things got out of hand.
Oops,
whatever. So the doorbell rings, and it is Taylor's sister, Kara. She's like, hey, I'm just here checking in my pantsuit. Is everything okay?
Because Taylor had left her a message that was like, things are effed up, dude.
Yeah. And she also has a DNA test, because I guess Taylor like left in the message or something. She was like, something's going on. She has DNA to prove who Emily's real father is.
Yes.
She's basically Maury Povich of this movie.
She's
fun.
Yeah, she's Maury.
Oh, that's fun.
And Taylor's like in the back struggling and trying to be like, help me. But the little kid, Emily, gets out of her room somehow and sets her free. And then they go run and hide. And, sorry, I'm just reading my notes. Oh, then Taylor runs into the sister, and the sister's like, Brad Hardwick is not the father. Not the father.
He's definitely not the father.
It is not the father.
You are not the father. So,
Exactly.
then that means John is the father, but he thought he wasn't the father this whole time.
Okay.
And like he's upset that Alessandra lied to him, and he's like, "What the hell? Why would you lie about this? This is like the weirdest lie, you know?"
Well,
This is a very strange lie.
First, he comes down the stairs and he takes Kara and he literally tosses her
Yeah, he
down
does.
the stairs. Like she goes wheel flying to the ground. Could no.
Like Drew,
Whoa.
like think of like a superhero movie when you like take someone and you throw them. It was like,
Oh, yeah, and they
it
just
was like
go
that.
to,
like she was
actual-
airborne.
It was like that. Yeah.
Very intense.
It's like,
Poor Kara, you know, she's just
makes a hole in the wall.
And
just
then he
trying to be
opens up the
responsible.
envelope. So we're also like, all right, so sister's dead, whatever.
right. We
And
don't
then
care.
he opens up the envelope and he reads the results that he's the daddy. And
Mhm.
he almost acts his way into some emotion.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
it was nice. John feels manipulated. He feels disgusted.
Yeah.
Like he's done all these.
What a weird lie.
He's done all these
That's a very
terrible
strange lie.
things. He maybe killed the grocer. He threw Kara like really far with his superhuman strength. He like locked his daughter in a room for years, all because he thought they were in danger from the actor, the handsome hunky actor.
Yeah.
So he starts to untie Taylor. He's like, "I'm sorry. This was all a big misunderstanding. I have some toast if you'd like some." And he gets stabbed in the back, of course, by his wife. You know,
Literally.
Big time.
yes,
Literally,
literally
though.
stabbed
Yeah,
in the
okay.
back. And I guess Taylor gets free from her ties or whatever. And I'm just like reading this, but it makes no sense.
Well, right before he gets stabbed and murdered by his wife is the first time he comes to the realization that this woman might be insane.
Mhm.
Just like she literally is psychotic. Every move she's made in front of you or otherwise is crazy, and it's not until you read those DNA tests that you're like, "What are you, crazy?"
What are you, crazy? Get out of here.
Ooh.
The one thing that I always have an issue with, like, Lifetime is like, so this like behavior when you're like, so you're explaining to me the behavior of this person,
Right.
and it's like, oh, that's a pathological liar, and they also have like psychosis of some kind, like or some kind of psychopathy,
Yeah.
like where it's like, oh, I will protect my lies no matter what the cost, like no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always funny that it's like Lifetime's always like, it's like, oh yeah, this kind of intense shit, but it's like, maybe you guys should mention that, like, this is the behavior of someone who has this, and it's like, I think that would be very helpful.
Well,
Sure.
They don't want to get
it's
into
easier
it.
just to
They don't
write it and be like, it's crazy.
They're
People.
crazy.
Psycho, yeah,
They
you're
psycho.
psycho.
They're just crazy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So what happens next, Patrick, is that
Yes.
he's about to kill his own flippin' daughter for some reason, unexplicable. And so Taylor kills him.
Yeah.
Hot diggity.
What?
Yeah.
Why is he killing his daughter?
I guess
What is that?
because
he doing that?
I think he just lost
this
it. He got
movie
real
needed
upset.
more mystery. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the point is we needed to get rid of both of them. They both needed
It's
to die,
true.
so goodbye for this to resolve.
That's easy. Two throwing knives. That's it.
Right.
That's all you need.
Well, and Emily, the daughter, is like realizing her parents are the boogeyman, so she's like, "Oh no, they're the boogeyman. They're the bad guys." So
You're the boogeyman.
yeah, you're the boogeyman, mommy. And then the mom's like, "How could you do this to me?" Like to Taylor, she's like, "You've ruined everything." She charges at her. They fall into the pool. They're splashing around. There's a pool noodle or something, you know.
Forever. They're underwater for a long time.
Yeah, they're underwater for quite a while. We don't really know how Alessandra dies, but she dies. Maybe she gets stabbed. I have no idea. It's very unclear.
Okay.
They basically did a synchronized swimming routine, and then she died.
They're both dead, though.
Right.
They're like, da 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 da. Dead.
Totally.
She's dead now.
So the police arrive.
Yeah.
Kara gets taken away on a stretcher. She's fine. And Taylor's like, "You can't run from your past." And then they laugh, you know, as you do.
And then they jump up in the air and it
the
freezes.
sister's like, "I was right. I was right." And she's like that type of sister that's like, "I'm right."
Yeah.
You're like, "Come on, Kara,
I
relax."
was right as she's getting carted off into an ambulance.
So we
I was right.
flash forward to Taylor. She has a new car because she was like getting a car in the beginning of the movie, and now she gets a car. And the sister's like, "It's tailor made for you, haha." And she's teaching at the school, and she adopted Emily. And there's no Brad Hardwick in this movie, and I'm really sad.
Yeah, Emily's in the back seat with her nephew. So apparently they've just been like, "All right, you come live with us now." And
what is this, a Lifetime movie?
Right.
Yeah.
That wraps that.
That's it.
Up.
So Taylor O'Donovan, not in this movie at all, but his likeness was used, so he got a credit on IMDb.
Yeah, and not only
weird.
that, he got like top billing, and he's not even in it.
Yeah, totally. He got top billing.
I don't know.
Not even in the movie.
Yeah, credited cast. Credited cast, maybe.
Yeah. So
Get it, Trevor.
get it, Trevor.
Get it, Trevor.
So on the movie, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. We'll start with Casey. What are you going to do to this movie?
Okay, I'd like to start by saying this movie was possibly the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But that being said, I was willing to go from put a cork in it to pour it up if I saw Brad freaking Hardwick come in ever at any point at the end of this movie. If they somehow found a way to tie him in, I would have been like, "I pouring this shit up," and they still didn't. Worst movie ever. Put a cork in it, throw it in the lake, and let it find its way to the ocean.
Well, there you go. There you go. Drew, how about you?
I'm on the other end of it. I'm gonna pour it up because
You're wrong.
no, I didn't see it,
Right.
so
That's
I'm
true.
I'm basing it off of your guys' explanation of it.
You're wrong.
I'm pouring it up because what was the very like the I can't get it out of my head of the agency.
Oh,
Austin
the
Powers.
nanny-
Oh, no,
yeah.
the nanny agency. Yes, in the Austin Powers days, that's hilarious. But the nanny agency just keeps popping up in my mind. Of it just being like fucking hardcore. This is a fucking business. This is business. I like that little trope. I think they hit a couple of tropes that I usually kind of have a list in my mind, sort of a loose list of things that if I hit Lifetime movie hits, gotta pour it up. So I'm pouring it up for some of the tropes. I like how they kind of used their own Lifetime guy to be the like. It wasn't even in the movie. There's like, this is, you know who this fucking guy is.
Yeah.
You know.
And a true
Sure.
Lifetime
He's a
person
huge
would
Lifetime
know.
guy.
That's
Yeah.
what was cool for me. Like watching it, I was like, "Oh, when is this guy showing up?
And-
He's the most famous person in this movie." And then I'm like, "He doesn't show up."
And
Wow.
as like a Lifetime, like he plays a life. They got a little meta, and I think that's, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be interested
Kind
to
of
talk
fun.
to
They
to
probably
the
made this in 10 days.
director about
too.
this one to be like,
Uh,
how did that shape out? Is he a personal friend of yours? Like, do you just know him, or like
Yeah, I would
what's
love
going on with that? Okay, so I would have poured it up based on my memory of the movie, because when I was like remembering it, I was like, that was like such a weird twist at the end, and like the whole Brad Hardwick thing was so strange, but I loved it. And then when I rewatched it today on 2 times the speed, I was like, this doesn't hold up. Yeah, I was just like, this is so stupid. And like now that as I was
were
watching,
you at
it,
a different wine level?
yes,
Like
yes. I was actually
maybe
doing a buns, hips, and thighs workout and watching this on my iPad at the same time today.
Okay.
So
That's why.
At least the time wasn't wasted.
my state of mind was a little bit different, but seeing it through and knowing all the beats that were coming, I was like, I know not a lot of this stuff doesn't pay off. So for that, I'm gonna have to put a cork in it because the grocery guy didn't pay off. Like there was just so much random stuff that was like, this was something that I was like, oh, this is gonna matter, and then it doesn't matter, So even the fiance barely mattered. The fiance dying barely mattered.
Barely mattered.
Only the name. The name was the only important thing. We just needed
somebody named Brad. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Could have been anyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
gonna
put a cork in it for that reason. But I would be interested to see the creative behind this and see why they made the choices.
Like what got fucked up, guys? What got fucked up here?
Right.
It felt like they just kind of didn't have it wrapped up, and they're like, "Well, let's just keep going and see what happens."
Yeah. Like we'll figure it out.
Improvised movie. Yeah.
Hey. Yikes. Improvised movie. Yikes.
Yikes.
Okay, so that wraps up our conversation for the Upper Nightmare. You have to say it like that. Thank you. I'm not good at any accents of any kind.
You just gotta go in French, I think.
But before we go, we have our favorite segment of this weekend every week. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure?
What
is
did you say, girl?
Did you say? So, we are recording this on June 1st. This is, a crazy time in the world. So, we're gonna release this later in June because we did our Kathleen episodes. We have one more Kathleen coming, and then we have a surprise episode coming. But we just needed to address what's going on. It's just like a crazy time. We hope everyone's doing okay. Black Lives Matter. And
Black lives do matter.
Candace also thinks they matter, but also her fan base doesn't agree, or her fan base is just very strange. And Candace is trying to do her social media thing. So I actually have I'm just gonna pull it up because I showed you guys before we started recording, and I'm just gonna read it to the listeners. So she made a post. She did like a post earlier in the week about everything that was going on and was just like, whatever. Then she posted this. It says, quotes, "I see no color. It's not the goal." Or, "I see no color is not the goal. I see your color and I honor you and I value your input and I will be educated about your lived experiences. I will work against the racism that harms you. You are beautiful. Tell me how to do better. That's the goal." So I was like, oh.
And that is a very good post. Like,
me too.
That's some good stuff.
I was like, oh, that's actually...
It's nice. It's also literally the least she could do. So.
Sure. But before, when she was posting earlier in the week, she said, like, "I see only one race, the human race." And I was like, Candace.
You're like,
Candace,
no.
stop.
No.
So she got shit from her publicist for that, and then...
So then she posted this, and then the comments were like, "Candace, you shouldn't see color. Color doesn't matter." And da-da-da. And like all the comments were like wild, crazy stuff. And she got really mad. And she was like, "This is why I don't post on social media. You can't please everyone. And I'm just trying to like use my platform to like raise awareness and speak my truth. and like basically like fuck you up. She didn't take anything down. She didn't turn off the comments. Like she just like left it there, and she's like, "This is how I feel."
I gotta fucking hand it to her though on it. Like this is the most like, I mean, it's tough because when she tries to be woke, it's not woke. It's like it's what's the word? It's just like printed out
Right.
from another thing. Right?
It feels obligatory, it's an obligation for her to do something. And
Sure.
Meaningful. She's not posting like I'd love to be like, okay, so who is the guy that just got murdered in Minneapolis? What's his name? And see if she like could answer that, right?
Right.
Or like where is she donating to? What is she encouraging people to do? Where did she put her rich ass money towards?
Right.
Like where did she put it? But on the other hand, it is great that she's putting this up there because some people are just doing what they think that their followers would appreciate. And her followers, I mean, this is the Fuller House, married to a Canadian hockey player. Like, it doesn't get wider than this, guys.
Yeah. They don't.
Her entire following base is just like Patrick and a million Karens.
Yeah, totally.
So at least she is reaching out to a different demographic that probably doesn't see a lot of this kind of post in their feed.
Yeah, and
and
they're not here
that.
for it. That's the thing that I'm like, they're not here for it. And Candace is like, sorry, this is how I feel.
She's kind of like fuck you, but she also says this is why I hate social media, and I'm like, that's a lie. I'm gonna Maury Povich her on this one.
Okay.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That is a lie. She
loves the haters.
Loves the shit. But like I'll hand it to her to be like, be like, hey, fuck off. I'll say no, that's all. That's all.
Right. I mean,
I think she's like, yeah. Yep.
I think, if you do have a platform, you should use it to speak out for oppressed people of any kind, because if you have a reach that can reach somebody who maybe wouldn't have thought of it that way, then you should do that. So that's why I thought it was important for us to at least touch on the topic today.
Yes.
We're not deep diving. We are not a political podcast. We're a lifetime podcast.
We are not.
And but it is.
But we are, I think we're pretty woke in general
it's gotten to the point where
folk.
No one should go without saying something.
Yes, that's my point.
Basically,
silence is compliance.
I mean, I haven't because I don't post anyway about anything. But like, but yes, it is. I get it. But that's actually a good point. Of like, I'm sure she got that quote from somewhere else. I don't think she thought that quote.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've read that quote like that before.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if it's like, but the acknowledgement of like the idea of the Black Lives Matter is an idea and not a just a saying, like it's like the overall idea of it, where it's like when people say like all lives matter, be like no, you're missing the point.
Right, that's not.
You're completely missing the idea of that saying. So, but at least she like posted that. I'll you know what? I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna hand it to her on this one.
Yeah, because
I
thought she wouldn't post at all. I thought she would not post anything. So. Yeah, That's crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to say, be safe, everyone out there protesting.
Yes.
Like, God bless you, because that is some crazy shit out there.
It is. It's nuts. And I just wanted to say, I figured out like how I feel about 2020 right now.
Yeah.
I finally figured it out in my brain.
It's your year.
It's my year, baby. No, it's work from home. Being a white guy, woo! No, it's going from because I've been trying to figure out what this year is.
Mm-hmm.
It's at first I thought it was a rat king, which is a mush of rats altogether.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Look it up.
We know.
But then I said, no, it's not a rat king. It's actually a infomercial for a super bad product that is designed to be bad, and that's what 2020 is.
Are we still in the black and white part of this infomercial?
Right, the reenactment
Like
segment.
no, we go in and out of it. Like every month, there's a black and white part of it. That segment.
Okay.
Because it's like, but the infomercial is like the whole idea is, now wait, there's more. Like it's going like, yep,
Sure.
Here we go, and that's how it feels.
I will say that it is a very strange time, and it's not about me. Everyone has stayed healthy. I'm white. Things are going okay for me. But
yeah, I'm doing fine.
It's a horrible time to be pregnant.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
roller coaster where I'm just like, just live in there. Don't come out.
Don't
just
just
bother.
stay. Don't
just
worry
live in
about
there.
it, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
You're fine in there. I don't want to go to a hospital, and I don't want to commute, and I don't want to go to doctor's appointments, and I don't want you to have to see this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but it's coming soon.
Just get my mom on Zoom. Just get my mom.
Yeah.
Who's a midwife. Yeah.
I don't want to have it though. Can she do something to make it stay in?
Yeah, just stay in there.
Maybe, I don't know. She's a fucking witch. I don't know.
Well, but yeah, right. Oh boy.
Switch.
Okay, I think that wraps up our Candace segment. Pluggy time. Casey, do you have anything you'd like to plug in the pluggy time? I think she might be frozen.
Uh-oh, we lost her.
So maybe Drew, do your pluggy time first until we have Casey back.
Hold on, let me just wait for a minute.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Are you? Oh, there she is. Okay. I think you froze out.
Yep.
Die free. Let me open my door real quick. What?
Let the winds of Wi-Fi into your room.
I need to open up the door so the Wi-Fi can come in.
Right. Okay, pluggy time, Casey. Anything you'd like to plug in the pluggy time?
Oh, of course I do. Well, as you mentioned, I am one half of Baddest Mothers in the Room, a fellow podcast on the Universe Ed Podcast Network. So please check us out. You can also follow us on all social medias at Baddest Mothers. We are two moms with 2-year-olds that talk about that. Plus, I'm pregnant, so we're kind of going through all of that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't have kids, I hear childless people enjoy it as well. So please check us out, Baddest Mothers.
Even if you're just thinking about it.
Right.
Think
if you
about
want to
having
know
kids.
what's going on.
Yeah.
It's gross. I mean, a lot of it's real gross.
Yeah, we'll tell it to you straight, people. We tell it to you straight.
There you go. Yeah. Drew, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me at Drew But With Pants on Instagram. You can also listen to my band The Limbos on Spotify, and we also have starting back up our my other podcast, Not Safe for Work, with my very good friend Charlene. We talk about really horrible, disgusting things.
Yeah.
Just really bad, just things you shouldn't talk about at work, basically. So follow us there.
Wonderful.
Luckily, none of us are going to jobs, so it's great. Perfect.
That's
timing.
true.
Yep.
Talk about whatever you want when you're working from home.
We had to kind of change up the format because we're like, what is safe for work?
Not
so
safe
that's kind
for
of the question.
Working at home.
Not safe for working at all.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you both for being here, and thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies. You don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.